I guess the best way to start this video off with is, well, I guess first, long time no see. Um, I've been gone for a cool minute now. I've been busy with work, school, uh, being a husband, and things like that. So yeah, life has been kind of busy for me. But I finally finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the first prequel book of the Hunger Games trilogy, the Hunger Games trilogy prequel book. That has to do with President Snow, Coriolanus Snow. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this book took me a long time to read. I think I started reading this book back in July, and I just finished it in November. Um, that has to do with the reason for that is a lot of things, really. Um, but let's just start talking about the book. Did I like the book? Let's start there. Did I like and enjoy The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? It was okay. If I had to give this book a rating, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8, maybe 8 out of 10, or maybe I shouldn't do off of 10. Maybe I should go off of 5, like a 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5. It was okay. It's not a bad book at all. I just don't feel like it offered me anything new in terms of stuff that I already didn't get from the Hunger Games books, the Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. And I know some of you guys who watched the previous video are probably like, you never read Mockingjay, but I did watch the movie. I read half of Mockingjay, then I got bored with the book and I put it down. And then before I started reading this book, I decided to watch the movie. Just finished Mockingjay, just finished it, blah, blah, blah. And I can honestly say the movie didn't change my opinion on the book at all, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which the first half of the book is split up into parts, part 1, 2, and 3. Part 1 and 2 were great. I really like the fact that you get a different perspective on the Hunger Games. Typically, with the trilogy of the Hunger Games, we got like Katniss' perspective in the Hunger Games itself. But in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, we get President Snow, Coriolanus, we get his perspective. And he's not in the actual Hunger Games. He's like a mentor to Lucy Gray from District 12. It's always District 12. And she's actually in the games, but we get his perspective. And I think going into the book, you know that President Snow, he is president in the Hunger Games. You think he comes from this very privileged and rich background. It was really interesting to see that that's not the case in this book. Growing up, he didn't have everything just given to him. You see him struggling with Tigress and the Grandmam, and like he's trying to figure out how can he make things like make ends. How can he figure out how to keep the apartment, how to just keep food on the table, while also giving like the world or have this perception that he is a Snow and he's very prestigious and that he doesn't have to worry about certain things, that he's better than people. It's very much one of those stories of fake it till you make it. And it's that, and in the very end of it all, that very much is Coriolanus. Even when he starts falling in love with Lucy Graybeard, and you're like, oh my god, like you're falling in love with your tribute, but like she's in the Hunger Games, like that's probably not gonna be good for you, my guy. She's probably gonna die, and you're falling in love with her, and this and that. And what's really cool about the relationship, especially from the first two parts, is that you actually start believing that Coriolanus Snow, that he has a heart, that he actually cares about Lucy, and he actually wants to be there for her. Not just be there because, he cares and wants her to win, which is true. Her winning, he gets a prize and he gets rewards and all this other stuff for her winning, but he actually starts falling in love with her. Or what we start thinking he's doing is falling in love with her. But he's not falling in love with her. And he kind of shows us from the beginning of the story who he is. He tells us, I am this, this, and that. I'm looking out for me, myself, no one else. And you see that like he's falling in love with Lucy. And then towards the part 3 of the novel, when they're running away from District 12 or whatever, and he basically says, I don't really care about you like that. Like, I'd rather live my happy life, District 2. I'm kind of set. I don't need to be in this forest stuff. That's when they're running away and things. And he basically like shoots her, but it's left ambiguously. We don't know if Lucy died or whatever. But he basically betrays her, and it's like, it's not surprising. It might, okay, for some it might be surprising that he betrays her, because like, oh my god, like, you betrayed Lucy, like that was your girl. I didn't see it as surprising, because the whole time he's always looking out for himself. Why did he care to help Lucy throughout the Hunger Games? Because it would benefit him. He was never in love with Lucy. He was in love with the idea of Lucy. And that's further like implemented and nailed down towards the end, where he's talking about, maybe I can get a wife. Maybe I'll think about marrying her. Somebody I'm not like really like in love with or happy with, but like they'll get the job done. And he's thinking about this long-term plan about becoming president, no, the president. And he's thinking, well, what will help me? What will benefit me? This, and that. I love his character for the fact that he stayed true to himself. It's not, for some it might seem like a slap to the face of like the things he did or the choices he made, but every single action he did, rather the reader might have felt, oh my god, like that's so good, or damn, I can't believe you did that. It was still true to himself. He just did what benefited him the most. This is further proven when you look at Sejanus and the fact that his relationship with Sejanus is that he sees him on the outside of like, oh, you're from this other district and like you're part of the capital, I guess, but you're not really capital. Like you're outsider and you act weird. You act differently from us. You care about the district. You care about your tributes. You care about your tribute markets and things like this. And you're just like, weird, man. Like, don't call me friend. Like, don't call me Choreo. Like stay over there. And he treats him like that the whole time until the part in the book where Sejanus basically enters the arena and Coriolanus saves them or whatever. Then they start becoming closer, but at the same time, Coriolanus is like, yeah, like, don't line me up with you yet, until it starts benefiting him. And he's like, oh, yes, yeah, that was me. I saved your son, by the way. You going to give me a award? Like, you gonna pass me some bread? Like, where's the money at? And when he doesn't get the money from Sejanus' dad, he's like, all right, well, that was a waste of time. Should I let him die? And all the way to the very end, where he basically, like, he gets sent out when he gets caught for cheating in the Hunger Games for helping Lucy, and he gets sent to be a peacekeeper in District 12, because of course he chose District 12, because he's like, Lucy, I care about Lucy, blah, blah, blah. And he becomes a peacekeeper, and Sejanus is also there. He betrays him. He betrays him and watches him hang. And that was one of the most shocking parts to me in the book. Like, there are a lot of good parts in this book, but seeing Sejanus, like, I guess, reading that he died, and then you see at the very end of the chapter, it's like the Mockingjays are going, Ma, 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 or not Jagger, whatever, I'm pretty sure it's the Mockingjays, but there's a Mockingjays and Jab or something, where the messenger birds, but they're saying Ma, 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 the very last thing that Sejanus says right before he hangs. And you're like, dang, dog, like, that's crazy. You really betrayed your boy. But it's still true to what Coriolanus is. He wasn't somebody out here trying to be friends. And it benefited him by getting Sejanus killed. It just benefited him to the very end. And that's why he's not crying about it. He's like, I mean, I guess he wasn't crying about it, but later when he's walking towards the forest with Lucy, and he's like, yeah, I've killed 3 people so far. And she's like, 3 people? I know the 2 people you killed, but what are you talking about, 3? And he's like, yeah, that was, I killed myself. They owed me, that's it. Yeah, don't worry about Sejanus. Like, I didn't actually get him killed. That wasn't me. I didn't snitch. It's great. This book was great, even though I just know I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 or 8 out of 10. There are a lot of good parts of this book, but at the same time, I can say for sure that the part that I did hate the most was part 3 of this book. Part 1 and part 2, loved it quite a lot. Part 3 felt almost like a new book in itself. It almost felt extra, almost felt like I didn't really need it, or you could have just made a whole separate story about it. That's my opinion. Of course, this is my own opinion. Don't kill me for it. I found it very hard to care about the peacekeeper part of the book when Snow becomes a peacekeeper in District 12. There are just little things I'm like, I just don't care enough about some of these characters that you're introducing to me now, and you want me to care about them. I don't. I really don't care. So yeah, that was it for the peacekeeper part. I just didn't care too much about it, and I kind of wanted to just rush by it and hurry up and finish it, and like please, like finish this up. That was probably like the biggest thing about the book that I'm like, I just don't want to keep reading this. It felt like a chore to read at that point. This book is long, in my opinion. It's long. It's 500 something pages, which I think is on the longer end of a Hunger Game book. I think most of the Hunger Game books are like 300 pages, so 200 extra pages. I could be wrong about that. It's been a long time. Do I recommend it? If you really like the Hunger Games, like if you love the Hunger Games, then yeah, this book is for you. If like you really enjoyed the Hunger Games, this book is for you. If you're somebody that was like Hunger Games was okay, I'd probably just watch the movie. Honestly, if you're like Hunger Games is a cool, but do I really care to read about President Snow like that? I just watched the movie, which I'm gonna do after this video. But it was cool. I don't know honestly if I plan on reading the other prequel novel that has to do with Haymitch. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. The book was solid, but I still don't quite understand why the Hunger Games is so popular again now. Again now. Not saying I don't understand why the Hunger Games is popular. I'm just saying what's up with the full resurgence of the Hunger Game. I just don't feel like this book offered me anything greater than what the original trilogy gave me. And it's not like I'm missing the themes of the song, bird, and snake. I just felt very much it was cool. It was a cool read, but I could get something better out of another novel. I don't know. Once again, that could just be a me thing. The worlds of the Hunger Games is cool, but I feel like it's not a world in which you can expand much further than what you already have. Unless it'd be really cool to get like a perspective of a different district, like 3 or 5, or maybe District 13. Imagine like District 13 after the war and figuring out like what they're doing while Katniss is like a prequel to District 13 right before they meet Katniss. That actually be kind of cool. If that is a prequel book, one of Suzanne Collins' next prequel books, I might be checking that out.